Well, the controversial president of Zimbabwe who disappeared after sneaking to the Eastern Europe, and he was heard to be in Belarus, and the pictures of him in Belarus surfacing. Not only did he sneak when he was going to Belarus, he sneaked also when he came back to Zimbabwe. Guess what? He gathers his journalist from a propaganda machinery, that is the Zimbabwe Broadcasting Corporation, and Barakashis are busy actually parading a substandard clip where Mnangagwa is portraying himself as a king, saying a king does not explain himself when he is going out. He cannot go out to the neighbors and start pronouncing himself that he is going. Firstly, Mnangagwa misunderstand this. He is not a king in Zimbabwe. He is not a king. That should be overemphasized, that this fellow is not a king. But displaying such arrogance, he is exposing himself about what he thinks he is in a republic. He is a president in a republic, obviously imposed to the people of Zimbabwe, and he has seen himself as a king. That's the danger of having a president with such kind of mentality. Greetings and welcome to your lovely channel, the Hlonipani Global News. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. Over the past few days, I've been so busy because of things that sometimes we don't have to avoid as human beings. But I'm back. Mnangagwa is back also in the country. I think he arrived on Saturday. On Saturday, the very day I was actually extremely busy, so to speak. And guess what? When he comes back, he actually organizes his journalists to ask leading questions. There are people who have been lying that you sneaked out of. What kind of journalism is that? No one has actually lied that Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa sneaked, ran away. You see, if you go up, there is a way a president visits, because this is a president. Unfortunately, he mistaken himself for a king. There is a way a president, actually, when he is going out of the country, there are certain protocols that have to be observed. In the case of Zimbabwe and other countries, of course, they don't do it worse than Zimbabwe, but Zimbabwe is worse. The vice president have to be there. So this is the highest level of being irresponsible, especially on the part of Mnangagwa, because when he's going out, he's supposed to leave another president acting on an acting capacity, hand over to that particular president. He did not do that. He just disappeared. Not only did he disappear, he disappeared with the gold for the people of Zimbabwe. Now, he is back. Listen to the statement that he actually speaks when he is asked about his whereabouts. Let me just play this clip. Let me start it afresh. Saying, now, listen to this.
Designed the colonialists, design our own people from Mnangagwa. So the people who are lying that he have disappeared. When I go out, I don't go to villages saying that they get told that the president was found. Now Gutangana Tenderani Million Dambo Famba and those entities also. Mambano Gufamba Kanambuaka.
Okay. Firstly, he refers to the people of Zimbabwe as people of Monarchist. We are not people of Monarchist. Some of us, we belong to King's legacy. We are disassociated from Monarchist. There are various tribes and groupings in Zimbabwe who had their own kings in their own right. So he says, I don't know whatever he was speaking about, that we are going to design this according to our way as Munu Mutapa people. Guess who is he calling a Munu Mutapa? He has actually given himself that title that he is the Munu Mutapa of Zimbabwe. Now, Munu Mutapa was a king. And that is where Emerson Tambudzo Mnangagwa, with this, bogus and unconstitutional, ridiculous, whatever you can call it, Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3, what he is trying to do, this man is showing beyond reasonable doubt that he is after consolidating power and establish some form of monarchy, transform Zimbabwe from being a republic into a monarchy. That is exactly what Mnangagwa is doing. We still need more answers as to what exactly he came back with. Remember, when he came back to Zimbabwe, he didn't want to be noticed, but well, he was noticed. We know that he wanted it to be a secret. He had his own plane with his own people, the Ziganandas, and also there was another plane also, a big cargo plane following him, according to the information that we have established. I think Zimbabwe deserves to know, you took our gold. What did you buy with our gold? What did you bring back to the country with our gold? Is this in the interest of actually developing Zimbabwe? Is this in the interest of taking our country forward? Did you properly use our gold and our resources? Is the president supposed to be involved in procurement processes of a nation? These are very pertinent questions that Zimbabweans, especially who love their country, have to be seized with. We can't have a president actually taking our gold, deciding what to buy with that gold, not actually accounting, because that gold belongs to the people of Zimbabwe. What it is used for, it is supposed to be well explained, and it is supposed to be constitutionally used. And when we are dealing with someone who wants to get rid of the constitution, you know, I'm alarmed by the mere fact that he calls himself a Munu Mutapa and calls the people of Zimbabwe a Munu Mutapa people. Did the people of Zimbabwe actually endorse being called Munu Mutapa? People should, and these are clear signs of where this fellow is taking Zimbabwe to. People don't see this. We've been saying it, that Mnangagwa is not after handing political power to anyone else, if you've noticed. Because look at him, his chief of staff, it is his relative. Everyone around him in his office, it is his relatives. You may actually be shocked to discover that even people who are protecting him, they are actually his relatives. We can't have such kind of a president in a republic. I think he has shown beyond reasonable doubt that he doesn't deserve to be a president of a republic. This person wants to take Zimbabwe to stone age. Zimbabwe is a republic, and you expect someone who gives himself the title of a king. I think even where they are kings, Britain has a king. I don't think the king of Britain can just go anywhere without following the protocol of how a king should go, so that security arrangements. People should take seriously this issue of Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa did not want you people of Zimbabwe to know that he was going to Russia and Belarus. He wanted it to be a secret. He wanted this matter to be kept as a secret. And even he didn't want you people of Zimbabwe to know what he came with. We don't know as of yet what he did came with. And it's very, very actually imperative for the people to actually look into these issues. These are very, very serious issues. But well, I always say, sometimes Zimbabweans don't actually worry about these issues. They just want to, if it was South Africa, a president having sneaked out of the country in a manner Emerson Tam or any other democratic country or normal republic, not this This the kingship masquerading. I'm blocking you. This idiot. You know, not this actually king masquerading, a pseudo king, so to speak, being masqueraded or paraded as a president of the republic. The guy is clueless when it comes to what a republic is. He wants to be a king in a republic. That on its own is unconstitutional. You know, the words that are said by Emerson Mnangagwa, in a normal country, the president would be actually held to account because people did not elect a king. People in 2023, even though their elections were stolen, did not queue to elect a king, or parliamentarians were going to serve under a king. People elected, the MPs, as well as also the president, through a republic. Through a republic. Zimbabwe is a republic, by the way. We do elections. Everyone can contest to be a president. If he wins elections, that person automatically. But well, they rig. There is no freedom in Zimbabwe. That's why maybe Mnangagwa calls himself, has guts actually to come out openly and say he is a king. It's a very, very dangerous question. It's a very, very dangerous phrase actually, or presentation done by a president in a republic who is supposed to actually follow the constitution. Asking this fellow to follow the constitution is actually demanding more. He's clueless. He doesn't know who he is as a personality. Now, already, the response that do you see a king when he's going around announcing him? He's not a king. He's leading a country as a president. A president, when he's going, it's supposed to be used that the president, even if it's for a short period of time, the president is going to such and such a country to undertake this business on behalf of the nation, because he uses the taxpayers' money. Is supposed to account to our money is actually abusing. West to this one who actually took your gold in Zimbabwe, loaded it in a plane, and also came with cargo. We really need to know what this cargo is all about. Someone sent me something. I think the notes are on the other phone of mine, saying we should be really scary about what this guy intends to do. Mnangagwa is dangerous, and the more he stays in the seat of a president, the more dangerous he becomes. That guy does not deserve to be even called a president. I wonder what happened to, I don't want to call us because I don't believe Zimbabweans are case, but I always ask myself, why would we reduce ourselves this low to have a head of state such as Emerson Mnangagwa? There is no actually, lowest standard surpassing what we did with Mnangagwa, and we are actually at the receiving end because of allowing this person to be actually a president. Hear how he responds. He doesn't want to account to people. He disrespects the people because he was not elected. I always say this, Mnangagwa and almost most of these ZANU-PF MPs, they were not elected as leaders. So expecting them to actually deliver it's an unreasonable expectation because they were not elected in the first place. That is why to account to people, it's very, very difficult to him to account to people, it's something that you think people don't deserve, because we didn't elect him. We didn't actually allow this fellow to be the president, just as we did not allow him to manipulate and mutilate the constitution. Thank you very much for watching us. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button, so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the join button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. This channel is becoming more popular. More barakashis are busy making noise when I'm presenting here, trying to disturb. The more